On the topic of gaining mass, let's talk about the #1 plant-based diet mistake for bodybuilding and strength training. For those guessing, oh, it must be a lack of protein, no, that's the furthest thing from it. The real issue lies in the fact that most of these whole plant foods are high in micronutrients, low in calories, which is great for long-term health. Great for longevity. Fantastic. But for bodybuilding, I can't call this optimal in any type of way. And that's just me keeping it real, guys. So what do you have to do to overcome this problem? Eat more food. Usually that'll be higher eating frequency or just paying much more attention to your caloric intake. You see a lot of guys that come from diets that are heavily processed or just a lot of animal products that tend to be higher in the calories, right? And then they jump on a plant-based diet and they're following their natural appetite, right? And the weight just starts coming off like rapidly to the point where they're stuffing their face. They are completely full, very satisfied, but it's like, it's low calories, man. Like, think about how many cans of beans you need to eat to get a large sum of calories. Think about how many vegetables you gotta eat to get your calories in, man. That's the issue. And it makes sense. Just look at the data. Vegans, on average, even when we factor in the health user bias, tend to have the lowest BMIs. Is it because of nutritional deficiencies? No. It has to do with the fact that you cut out all the processed stuff and the foods you're dealing with are very low in calories, high in micronutrients. That's a mistake. And when you apply that philosophy to bodybuilding, what's usually going to happen is you shred down pretty easily or you just get really, really lean when that's not your objective. And some people are going to say, oh, the plant-based diet doesn't work for gaining mass. No. The laws of calories in versus calories out apply to everybody, okay? Whether you're following a meat-based diet or not, if you are not in a maintenance or surplus, don't expect the best fucking gains. In this particular case, a surplus will always be optimal, right? Lean bulking, so slight, maybe 5-10%, leave it at that, right? You achieve that, the weight is going to come on, you're going to gain some quality mass, strength is going to pile. No issues there. And I think this gets enhanced even more when you're doing oil-free. So you're not putting oil in your cooking, you're just using vegetable broth or water, you know, nothing in your food whatsoever. Or you're just cutting out all the processed stuff. I'm talking real whole food plant-based, not just going to the store and getting those fucking mock meats and all that, which are not healthy for you whatsoever. And I'm opposed to that, just so you know. I'm talking about whole plant foods. Pretty much the easiest way for you to pack on those cows, if you're doing it clean, is to up your fats, you know? But if you're doing something like 80-10-10, good luck. Seriously, good luck, because you're going to have to eat a lot of fucking food, bro. And if you're doing something like OMAD, which I tried doing on a plant-based diet, you might seriously struggle to gain some mass. It happened to me. I started losing weight. My strength started going down. Why? I was eating one big-ass meal, which made me satisfied, but at the end of the day, you're in a deficit. Deficit equals weight loss. It's as simple as that, guys. So what you have to do is get your ass over to MyFitnessPal or Chronometer and start logging that and find out what you're working with. If your TDEE is 3,000 calories and you're only getting 2,800, you're going to lose some fucking weight. You're not going to pile on the mass. You got to get in at least 3,000. At least maybe 3,200. You know what I'm saying? Increase the calories a little bit. Up those fats, all right? And everything's going to be fine, okay? But stay the fuck away from processed foods because that's also a big trap. Getting those mock meats. Fuck all that bullshit. Keep it whole food plant-based, but up the fats. Problem solved, man. I say if you're really struggling to gain the mass, bro, maybe 20-30%, you should be covered in all respects. Honestly, you should be good with 20-30%. You shouldn't need more than that, all right? But that's the problem. Not enough calories, guys. You fix that, everything's great. Now, for those talking about, oh, the protein, the bioavailability, shut the fuck up. The protein needs are so low, 0.8 grams per pound of body weight for optimal gains. Most of you are already getting more than that, right? And even if we do factor in the bioavailability, just eat a little bit more. Easy. So if you're getting 120 grams, up it to 140 or 150. You're going to be fucking fine, guys. Don't worry about this protein stuff, man. And worst case scenario, what do? You buy a protein powder. You put it in your blender, which you're probably using already, right? To make those shakes. And you're good. Have a shake in the morning. Have a shake at nighttime. Obviously with all your berries and all the other good stuff, right? Your seeds, your health drink. Put some fucking protein in it. You're fine. Stop worrying about this shit, man. And to be concerned with something so trivial as, oh, the protein. Bro. Whole plant foods, all right? Up your beans. Don't follow these restrictive-ass diets. And add some protein powder if necessary, but you shouldn't need it, all right? And most of these foods that you're getting, you're going to get a good amount, all right? Without even tracking anything. So what you should be tracking, not the fucking protein, but the calories, okay? That's the number one problem. Oh yeah, on another note, some guys are going to talk about the anti-nutrients, right? Like, do I really need to dive into this? Do you want a full video on the subject, man? I don't think this is a great concern, to be honest with you, because all these foods that contain anti-nutrients are associated with longer lifespans, greater health outcomes, etc. Undeniable that these foods are health promoting, okay? So to say that they're bad for you because of certain anti-nutrients, well, in that case, show me the data that consuming these foods leads to deficiencies. Show me the data. Don't just speculate. Let's not talk about mechanism here. Show me the motherfucking data on plant-based athletes, for example. And just so you know, there are preparation methods to lower that amount. And same thing, if you're going to talk about the fucking fiber bloating you all the time and you can't digest, okay, then there's other alternatives. You don't have to have brown rice all the time. You can switch to white if you want. You know what I'm saying? There's alternatives. Look into fucking food preparation. Stop being a lazy motherfucker and get your goddamn calories in, man. I know for me, man, when I went oil-free and I was doing the OMAD, I was losing weight like crazy, and I didn't want to. I was actually full as hell, all right? So honestly, this diet is probably the best for getting really shredded or just really lean in general. And it's great for those who have massive appetite. So if you're an overweight guy, get on this fucking diet. But that said, that's number one plant-based diet mistake. Not getting enough calories in. So you have to track. You have to make sure you are in a surplus, or at least a maintenance, but I'm going to recommend a surplus. And you'll gain the weight. So my best advice for that is up to eating meal frequency and the fats. So with that said, let me know if you want more videos like this, and I'll talk to you next time.